Holy crap. They traded D White?
Damn!
Man, oh man, bro. The Spurs really are active during the trade deadline. So I'm shocked, man. If you got a D White homeboy or homegirl, check up on them, man, because they hurt right now.
Congratulations! Oh.
Some of them are irate right now. There are even some on the internet that are looking for Brian Wright, ready for war. Man, I get it, man. I get all three emotions, because Lord knows if they would have traded Murray, I've been feeling the same way. At the end of the day, though, when it comes to D White in this trade, I'm at peace, because if you're the Spurs, you got to play to win.
Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it.
So that's why I made this video. 3 reasons why the Derek White trade makes sense. But before I jump too deep into it, if you like my content, please sub to the channel, hit that like button, and don't forget to hit that bell for more videos. Thank you so much for the continued support. Okay, first off, I just want to preface this video by saying, man, thank you D White, man. Class act, great Spur, man. It was a hell of a run. I still remember that dunk in that Denver series, man. Epic.
On up and down without either team. Oh, he caught a body! White with some dynamite!
Definitely one of my favorite jams in the playoffs I've seen in a while from a Spur. So salute to you, brother. Good luck in your next endeavor. But I get why the Spurs did this, man. Because if you haven't noticed, it's this guy called Devin Vassell that's getting better and better with the 11 points per game, you know, the 4 or 5 rebounds, you know, the 35% shooting from 3, you know, the length, the athleticism, the steal per game, and we only have him playing 25 minutes. You know, he has shown glimpses of offensive prowess, glimpses of great mid-range games, step back jumpers, 3-point shot. You know, he's an all-around player in the making, Devin Vassell. And the Spurs just didn't have enough minutes for him to get his due. You know, last year as a lottery pick, he barely played. This year he came in, he's playing more, and he came this close early on, taking D White's starting position early before he got hurt and a little banged up, and D White suddenly came alive out of nowhere. He was real close to doing that, and even now with the team struggling a bit, it was rumblings that maybe Vassell should start and D White come off the bench. So the Spurs have their replacement ready to go. He's not quite as good defensively number-wise as D White just yet. But if you increase those minutes, increase that, you know, that prowess, increase that experience, he could very well take that leap as early as next year, man. So a very much cheaper option than the 17-18 million per year that they want to pay D White. Also, you can't forget about Josh Primo, man. Josh Primo has shown that he's talented. He has shown that he's a quick learner. He has shown that there's a possibility early as next year that he could be this team's starting shooting guard. It's possible, man. It's very possible. And I think that's why the Spurs were willing to let D White go, because you got Vassell, you got Primo, and they're both learning so quickly. I'm going to do an entire video dedicated to Primo and him being the Spurs draft pick this season and how he's going to work his way into the rotation and to one of the stars of this team. He deserves his own video. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and be on the lookout for that video. The second reason why the D White trade makes sense is that the Spurs are clearly gathering up draft picks, man. I talked about it the other day. The second round draft picks, you know, dated for 2027 and 2028, which could be used, you know, I see you in the comment section, that could be used as bargaining chips for trades down the line. Okay, we don't necessarily have to wait to pick, you know, with those actual picks. But now we are going into the 2022 draft class, which is going to be a good draft class now with potentially three first round picks, man. That is bananas. You know, with that thought, I kind of want to miss the playoffs a little bit, to be honest with you, so we could get a top 10 pick and then we get 2 other picks, maybe around the 16 to 25 range, that could be huge for this team. We could potentially get 2 players that can immediately help us. Immediately help us. And even if we just get 1 player, like a power forward or something like that can immediately help us, I like our chances with 3 picks. You get what I'm saying? So, Brian Wright has taken some criticism, but he seems to be playing the game the right way, man. He's thinking short term. He's thinking long term. He's pulling the strings like a puppet master. So you got to give him props, man, because first round picks, current first round picks, up and coming first round picks, while Murray is young, while Vassell is young, while Primo is young, whatever we're going to do with Lonnie is very important now. We don't have to wait, long stretches. So that's another reason why this trade is helpful for the Spurs' future. The third reason why this trade makes sense is the Spurs see what's happening around the league. They see how free agents react to coming to San Antonio. And it's not usually in a favorable manner for whatever reason. It could be Popovich. It could be the Spurs culture. It could be San Antonio being a small market. Who knows? And who cares what the reason is? But the Spurs have trouble drawing in free agents. And because of that, you have to build through the draft. So they're accumulating enough draft picks. They're accumulating second rounders, first rounders. So use the first rounders to get good players. Use the second rounders to possibly, get you some players overseas, or use them as bargaining chips in future trades. That's what Brian Wright and Popovich and the Spurs front office are trying to do, while still maintaining cap space for a push in the summer. And I don't think we're going to get lucky and just get a huge free agent and free agency, at least not this offseason. But we can get pieces that we need. We can get pieces. And I hope the Spurs are focused on trying to evaluate what to do with Lonnie Walker. His situation has changed, with Forbes being gone, with D. White being gone. Lonnie Walker could have a larger role on this team off the bench, possibly. I don't see him as a starter, but off the bench, I could see him still having a role in this team. His athleticism, could be needed. So the Spurs, they're recognizing the situation that they're in, and they're playing a solid game right now, with the picks, with the trades that make sense. Now they just have to focus in and zoom in on getting size, relevant size. Pirtle has taken that leap, but outside of Pirtle, everyone else is rather young or inconsistent, or health is unreliable. So hopefully in the draft, please, God, please, in the draft, get you a power forward with some talent, with some athleticism, someone that can help us now. That's not a project, okay? So that's hopefully what the Spurs are doing. So when you think about all those elements, all those reasons, Derek White had to be traded, okay? Too many players are at his position. We have too many wing players. We have to make some moves for some size. We have to make some moves for some larger talent. And D. Murray has made that transition into all-star stardom, okay? That's official. You can't take that away from him. He's officially an all-star caliber player. So you had to get rid of someone to progress. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over again expecting different results. All right, guys, that's it for this one. Let me know in the comment section, do you agree with the D. White trade, and do you think the Spurs are on the right path? Check out the other videos on the channel, and I will catch you in the next one, guys. Stay safe out there. Peace.